What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Off the Gridiron, your Apollo HOU Houston Texans podcast. My name is Noah Outlaw. I'm one of your hosts as always. And as always, I'm here with Garrett Harrelson. What's up, brother?
What's going on, man? Maybe not always. You know,
Yeah, not
maybe
always. Not
maybe we don't
always.
do the show all the time. That's
Yeah.
going to, and by the way, that's going to change in the future.
Yes.
Busy past 2 months for us. So,
Yeah.
apologies for that. But we decided, hey, this is a huge moment for this franchise in this season. We got to talk about it. Duh.
Yeah.
No doy.
Absolutely.
We got to talk about this.
Yeah.
The wild card round. Here we go, baby.
Super wild card. Super wild card
Super
round.
wild card. I forgot the super part. It's very
Yes.
super.
Yeah. It's very super, very important. Big game. A lot of great matchups. I mean, it's obviously there's only 14 teams left. It's playoff time, so of course there's a lot of great matchups coming up this weekend. And the Texans, per usual, are kicking it off with the Saturday 4 p.m.
Hey, the tradition continues, baby.
Yeah.
It's never gonna, unless we get a bye. We were always going to be the first. At least this time it's not on ESPN. Usually it's on ESPN,
Yeah, yeah,
and it's like just shitty. And it's like they stick us basically like on the broadcast nobody really wants to watch. Now ESPN is awesome with Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, so they have to
Yeah.
make a Monday night slot.
Yeah.
Now, I don't even know who we're gonna get. Iron Eagle. I don't know.
yeah. Probably, yeah. Iron Eagle is exactly who it's going to be, most
What's up,
likely.
Kush?
But you know what? I don't dislike the Saturday slot at all.
Speak for yourself.
I don't
I
know.
think
I don't dislike it. I think it's fun.
it's a shorter week. It's a shorter week. It's always afternoon. I hate 3:30 games. I don't like 3:30 games unless they make sense and they're in the West, the West Coast.
Mm.
If they're 3:30 Central Time, God's time zone, it just doesn't feel right. That doesn't feel like football. This just feels like a preseason game. That's a preseason time slot right
I
there.
like a Saturday game though. I know, and I get you have a one less day, but I like it, and it doesn't really matter. It's a short week because our guys didn't play last week, pretty much. So, like, that's I don't care.
Good
It's
point.
fine with, and I like the Saturday. I don't know, it's just fun because then after that, after the game, no matter what happens, you can go out and have your night, have your Saturday night, go party or not, do whatever you do on a fine Saturday night. You wake
I
up, you
mean,
have a full Sunday.
depends on the outcome of the game for me. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Either
regardless,
way,
I'll be drinking.
I'm going out and having a good time either way. But I don't know. I've seen people complaining about it, and I don't particularly dislike it. I actually think it's funny now that the Texans have their own time for playoff games. It's just the Texan time.
Okay, maybe that's a great way to look at it.
Yeah,
We own that time slot. That's
exactly.
ours. No one
Yeah.
else can have it. No, that's exclusively Houston Texans football
We are
time.
consistently kicking off the playoffs. That's a big deal.
Yeah, the first playoff game of the entire playoffs, of each round, like that's the very first one. We set the tone. We set the precedent.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So hey, that's a great way to look at it, Noah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
I
you
know.
bring in the positivity, man.
That's what I do.
Positive Paul over here. I love it.
Whoa, positive Paul.
I don't know.
That was stupid.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't care. But
Um,
yeah,
all right.
I mean,
The-
hosting the Los Angeles Chargers.
yeah.
Quick side tangent. Did you expect to be playing the Los Angeles Chargers in the postseason? Like when the season first started, did you ever think who we gonna be? Who's our path gonna be? Oh, first is gonna be the
Probably not.
Chargers.
Yeah. No.
I didn't think about that at
No.
all. I thought maybe they'd be pretty solid, but not 11-6, and we're gonna play them.
Yeah,
That's
honestly, but whenever they hired Harbaugh, I knew anything could happen. And obviously now you look at where they are, and Harbaugh's had all the success and at every single level, and Harbaugh is someone who is terrifying to me. I mean, going into this game, that's kind of the biggest, my biggest fear of this Chargers team is their coach, because let's just look at it this way. Jim Harbaugh has never lost the first game of the playoffs. Never.
Wow, that's positive. Paul is not being very positive. with that.
I'm stating facts.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's a
I'm not being
statistic.
negative. I'm just
True.
saying I'm stating facts.
We should just say, well, how about this? How about we say fake stats and statistics on here?
Okay.
Harbaugh, he's got one of the worst offenses of all time
Right.
in the playoffs. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go off of that. Yeah.
Okay.
But
so,
no, okay. Yeah, but he's never lost the first round, and that's definitely a noteworthy stat right there. That's very noteworthy.
I have a fake stat. Jim Harbaugh is addicted to black tar heroin, and I've heard
Ooh.
this is a kind of an issue in the clubhouse, in the locker room.
I smoked pot with John Harbaugh. Or
Really?
Jim Harbaugh.
With John?
I smoked a pot with both of them.
Well, that's better than black tar heroin.
Yeah, well, that's when they, listen, I smoke a little pot, it's fine, but then they start breaking out the hard stuff, and I was like, I gotta go, dude. Like, this is not my scene at all. They were getting crazy. They're
the type of, they have to keep elevating.
They have a shared apartment, and all their apartment has holes in the wall because they just like get fucked up and like punch holes in the wall. Yeah, it's really like, and it stinks in there.
Oh, I
bet.
bet.
It stinks in there. Yeah, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. A couple of people.
He needs to be escorted out of NRG as soon as the game was over, and he
put
needs
in handcuffs.
to leave the city.
Put in handcuffs.
Absolutely.
Put in the county jail.
Be incarcerated. Yeah.
Especially if they win. That you fucking arrest it, man.
Oh, dude. Death penalty if they win, dude.
Oh, we'll talk after. We'll talk logistics about that after the show. But yeah, no, they've Harbaugh has never lost in the first round of the playoffs. That's definitely not setting the tone right. We really have to build off of that, and we'll kind of get into the keys of keys of victory, the X factors, and all that. But really, the biggest X factor for the Chargers is Harbaugh. He can coach circles around anyone. He's a great coach. I mean, that we just really need to focus on what he might do.
Well, yeah. Harbaugh is one of the best coaches of our time. I mean, everywhere he goes, he has immense success. And so that's definitely going into this game. One thing that I'm the most worried about is the coaching mismatch, because it doesn't even start at Harbaugh. It it goes down to their coordinators and their passing game coaches and their quarterbacks coach, who was with the Chargers quarterbacks coach. His name is blanking on his name, but he was our quarterbacks coach last year for CJ, and then he went over to the Chargers. We lost him.
That really explains why Justin Herbert had such a efficient year. He did a lot of great things, made a lot of big throws, and didn't turn the ball over a lot. And that's why one of the big reasons why they won. And you are right about their staff. It's very meticulously put together. Harbaugh is just such a football guy. He wants football guys around them. He said in that presser, "I love guys that love football. I want guys around me that love football all the time." And he did a hell of a job putting that staff together. And I mean, the results are immediate. They just show. I mean, I see one comment from Riley. Harbaugh will eat us alive. He's better than DeMeco Ryans. Let's just say that he's a better coach than DeMeco right now.
And that's not a knock on DeMeco.
No,
right?
DeMeco is newer. He's new at head coaching. Harbaugh's been at it for over a decade.
Yeah, it hasn't just been at it, but has had. He goes. He's in the Super Bowl when he's in the NFL. He goes to Michigan, leads them to be national champions, and then comes to LA, which was the Chargers were, after what Brandon Staley did to them, they were a dumpster fire. Herbert was kind of wasting his potential and stuff like that, and then he comes in and immediately, like you mentioned a minute ago, takes them to the playoffs in his first year. And now we're in the situation where they have 11 wins and we're a 10-win team, and the Texans are not getting any respect from the media, at all.
No, they are not.
Or from Vegas, or from really anyone. Everyone thinks that this is the Chargers game, and they're going to win it pretty handily.
And I mean, I'll be so real right now. It's kind of warranted. We didn't play very well against playoff teams this season. We have the worst point differential against playoff teams this past season out of all the teams in the playoffs. Minus 66, by far the worst. And a couple of those were blowouts from the Ravens and the Vikings. But the disrespect is warranted, in my opinion. Like, we need to. We kind of ended the season of, like, the second half was a whimper. The Chargers, like, they won 3 straight going into the playoffs. Like, It's very clear that they are the more respected team, and I think for a good reason. You know, I mean, I hope we'll get to the predictions and all that. I hope we shut them up, the doubters, fucking Rex Ryan calling this a bye week for the Chargers.
Fuck him, dude.
Can you believe that?
I couldn't believe what I heard.
That? I almost fucking broke my keyboard.
God damn it.
God,
fuck Rex Ryan, dude. Rex Ryan's a punk, bro.
He's a punk ass bitch.
And he's trying to get a job with the Jets again, and he's like, well, I'm the most qualified. I'm like, bro, go to hell. First off, you with the Jets, you were barely over 500. And I think all the Jets people were like, yeah, we should bring back Rex. It's because he was the worst of the shitty, or he was the best of the shitty. Like I fuck Rex Ryan. He was a bad on TV. He's not a good coach, and he should go to hell. That's what I say.
You hear me? You hear me, hillbilly foot boy? Hear me, foot fetish boy?
Yeah, foot fetish fucking boy. Weird video with your wife. We all seen it. We all saw it.
We all know you're a freak. You all know you're weird. And you know, it's fucking. I'm pissed, dude. You pissed me off.
If you haven't, and if you don't know what we're talking about, look up Rex Ryan foot fetish or something, and you'll go down a rabbit hole.
Just to know, just to learn more, more about it. Yeah.
And then go back and watch that clip and see if you respect him about fucking football takes. Anywho, now, okay. So let's look. We've covered that Harbaugh's great. The Texans aren't getting any respect, but let's look at this now. Look, this is still the Texans are a good football team. The Texans are here for a reason. The Texans won 10 games, same record we ended with last year. We got there a little differently, but we're still there. What do the Texans need to do to beat the Chargers tomorrow?
We need to go back to the basics, man. We need to go back to the basics. And by that, I mean, what were we doing the first half of the season? Because I was watching basically our highlights of every game before the Jets game, essentially. Yeah. We looked like an entirely different team. CJ looked like an entirely different quarterback. Even with the offensive line looking worse than it does now. The offensive line doesn't look too bad now. It's a lot better.
A lot better. Yeah.
It's a lot better than it was. But our defense was, turnovers. They were swarming. We were healthier. Granted we were healthier, so we maybe can't get back to that form completely. But we need to kind of just look at what we did in that time and simplify things. And we just really need to not turn the ball over. And just a consistent game plan of pushing the ball down the field. We need to go forwards, not backwards. Goes without saying, but I mean, dude, just try to limit pressure. Try to limit sacks. Try to limit, going backwards on the field, and keep our defense off the field, man. Yeah. We need to just eat up clock. So make it simple. Make it basic. Mm-hmm. The Chargers. They're very tough, very well put together, but they're very simple. Very simple. Run the ball, make your throws, defense play well, offensive line play well. And then they win games like that. That's the Harbaugh way. Like I don't want to see like two guys running around the backfield and gadget plays and all that. Line up, let's get to work.
Yeah. I agree. And I think the main two things which you touched on, obviously, limit turnovers. Because one thing that I think is a lot different about CJ in the second half of the season versus maybe the first was his interceptions. I mean, his interception numbers are much higher this year, that's obvious. It goes without saying. It's been a struggle for him this year, but I think the key is limit turnovers. CJ, don't throw stupid shit. Okay, lock in. No interceptions. I don't even care if you're not throwing. I don't need CJ to throw for 400 and and 5 touchdowns. I mean, I would love that. Limit the bad passes. Limit the stupid mistakes. Limit the interceptions. And on the flip of that, or really to help with that, we have to get Mixon going. We need, and Mixon's had a great year. He has over 1,000 yards. But the games we're winning are those games where he's running for 110, 120, right?
Yeah.
A couple touchdowns, which we know that he can do. But then there have been some games in the last 6 weeks or so where he's 27 yards, or even 54 yards, right?
Right.
We got to get him going, because if they have to worry about Joe, that takes off all the pressure from Nico. And then also, I want to say, I think a big X factor of not just this game, but the playoffs alone is Deontay Johnson. I think Deontay Johnson needs to show up and return to
Please.
form for the guy that he was, not just last year or not even just earlier this year, because he was producing. I mean, he had about through the first few weeks of the season, he was at maybe the first 6 weeks was at over 300 yards, and it's like that's obviously not the best thing you've ever heard. But Deontay Johnson's had a lot of success in this league, and if we can just get him back to just anywhere near that, that's going to be a huge key.
I agree with the Deontay Johnson take. We need some other pass catcher to come up big, man.
Yeah.
Like, we can't have Nico doing the heavy lifting on the offense and then have other guys catching one or two balls or not even like getting catches, not even getting touches, Can't Dalton, goddamn Schultz, we need you to have more than 3 catches.
Please.
We need you to get open. We need you to be a guy that we can depend on.
Yeah.
Deontay Johnson. He's been on our team for what, 2.5, 3 weeks, something like that.
Yeah.
It's full go. It's full go. Let's put him out there. He needs to start the game. He needs to start the game as our wide receiver too. Just go. He's going
to be out there. He's going to be out there.
If it's not working, if he's not, pulling his own weight, then at that point, like, we need to start getting, get running backs involved in the passing game. Get Dari involved, get Joe involved in the screen game. We just need to make these adjustments. Not, which ultimately our downfall this season has been CJ is going to be our hero. I mean, our entire personnel is just terrible. None of them are performing, so CJ is just on his own. Like, we need to just make it easier on CJ, like Riley says in the comments. Thank you. We need to make it just easy as possible for CJ, and that really just goes with the offensive line and, like you said, Deontay Johnson and the other pass catchers. Pull your own weight, man. It's the playoffs. It's a god dang playoffs, man. Let's go.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, look, this game is going to end up relying on the offense to move the ball. I know that sounds obvious, but on the other side of the ball for us, I know what our defense can do. And I know that our defense can stop J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards in the Chargers' backfield. And then if we have to – if the Texans' defense can force Herbert to have to utilize McConkey and Quentin Nelson and Palmer –
Quentin Johnson,
excuse me. Yeah, Quentin Nelson running routes.
Well, they got him. They got him out there.
Quentin Johnson, excuse me. I know what they can do, because also I know what Kamari can do to Ladd. I know what Derek Stingley can do to Ladd. I know what Kamari can do to Quentin Johnston, right? Like, I know what our corners are capable of. So if we can just stop their run game, which I know we can, our defensive line is incredible. And the interior is incredible. We have Foley back. We have the guys on the side. We have Tim Settle.
Autry isn't back in practice.
Nico.
He's back in practice.
Yes. And so if they can just stop the run, I love our chances stopping this offense, because I love our secondary, or at least love our corners. I love Kalen Bullock. I think we're set there. We're set to have a big day. And I think our defense will be able to get the Chargers offense off the field. The key is getting our offense on the field and moving the goddamn football.
I mean, and I against the Baltimore Ravens, the Christmas game, we didn't even want to do a show on it. That was such a bullshit ass game. Our defense was so gassed, man.
Yeah.
Offense couldn't stay on the field for more than a couple plays at a time. Like, they're immediately 3 and out. I don't even know how many times they got in Ravens territory. I don't even think it was any.
I've blacked that game out from.
Yeah, I mean, our defense was so gassed because they had to stop Lamar, they had to stop Derrick Henry, they had to stop Zay. I mean, the Chargers' offense is nothing like the Ravens' offense right now. So really, offense, hey, just try to eat up clock, get defense rested, because when the defense is rested and they're swarming, good things will happen. Good things will happen. Josh Hill says Noah's got the cadence of a Southern preacher right now. He is preaching.
I tell you right now, Christian Harris and Aziz Al-Shaair and Henry To'oTo'o, this is the first time they're ever playing together in the same defense for the Houston Texans. Hallelujah. That is a crazy thing to think about, though.
That was fucking stupid what we just did.
Yeah,
that was a stupid
terrible.
bit. I hate that
bad.
bit. Yeah, I mean, on the defense, I'm not really, like, to sum up the defensive side of the ball, I'm not very worried about it. I don't think you are, but it's really going to have to depend on how much clock we run on offense. Can we eat up the clock? Can we dominate on that side of the ball in time of possession? We'll see. We'll see. Yeah. I have confidence we will be able to. Hopefully we'll pull out all the stops. Bobby, this is your chance, bud. This is your chance, buddy. Just finally shut everyone up. Everyone doesn't have respect for you. Everyone wants you out of town. If you have a good game against the Chargers and we advance to the divisional round, your job is safe. His job is safe. Sorry, everyone, but Bobby Slowick is going to.
If the offense looks good tomorrow, Bobby's probably going to stick around.
Yeah, because it's going to because when you perform when it matters, that's what a team looks for. That's what a staff looks for. So it's all Bobby. This is your chance, bud. This is your chance, baby. Let's go. Yeah. You know, I don't want to have to do an OC search. I know we probably won't, regardless. But I mean, we need you.
No, if this game goes badly tomorrow, that's an OC search is happening.
We'll see. I think definitely offensive line coach is out of town. He's getting run out of town, lapped out of the gym, no matter what.
I would put money. I'd put a good amount of money on Slowick getting fired if we lose tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, hey, well, that would be a step in the right direction, I think. But we'll see. Or unless he just has like a great scheme, a great game plan for the Chargers, and then we'll see. We'll see. I mean, it's a lot of just keeping it simple, man. Get Mixon going. Protect Stroud. Just eat up clock. We can win this game. The Chargers don't have any big play guys outside of like Ladd McConkey. Like, we can do it. Yeah, we can win this game.
Yeah, think Buffalo
Bills. Think the Buffalo Bills game.
Yeah,
like we were great that game. We limited their offense. Like, Josh Allen had one of the worst games of his career. Like, we can limit the Chargers. You know, we can do it.
Yeah. Black Matt in the chat says, I want to see them go up tempo, no huddle, get the ball spread around, mix it up. Yeah, here's the deal. This is what I was gonna say, and I like that. I like the up tempo. I like the no huddle, and I want them on the opening drive to get CJ in a rhythm, because what CJ, the biggest fucking thing about in that Ravens game that was driving me crazy was CJ was so out of whack. He was so inaccurate. He couldn't hit anybody on the easy throws. And I think if we come out to get CJ, I'm down for up tempo. Maybe not quite no huddle, but get in there, get in and out, go quick. And dude, like it's music, baby, right?
Can you hear the music?
1, 2. Yeah, I want CJ to hear the music. Yes, like whatever he wants, whatever that new Leangelo Ball song is, or Spin the Block. Who, whatever it is.
Hey, you want to take real quick? That song sucks. I don't know why everyone likes it.
I honestly.
I know it's Leangelo Ball, but like it sucks. You know. Like,
I don't even know the song. I only know the chorus.
I thought it was gonna be hard.
It kind of moves. I mean, I don't. It's probably the song's probably awful. But I'm saying, feel the rhythm. You know what I mean? Feel the rhythm, and just let CJ get settled and get into his flow. And because if CJ's in his flow, and he's linked up with Nico, and if somehow he's already apparently him and Deontay have been working really hard together, and have been spending a lot of time together going over the playbook and stuff. And so if they can just do that and get CJ settled and our defense, because I'm not worried about our defense. I think our defense can limit them to under 20 points. I think our defense can limit them to under 17 points, to be honest. If we just need the offense to get rolling and get Mixon going and get CJ settled.
I liked what I saw against the Tennessee game in that first series. The plan was obvious. Like, hey, we're going to practice getting into a rhythm, getting the ball upfield, you know, like kind of taking your time, eating up clock. Hey, I like the idea of going up tempo, but maybe to start off a game, we just really need to, hey, settle in, take your time, find your rhythm, find your guys. I'd rather go dink and dunk. I'd rather just find a way to get the easy throws out to get CJ confident, get him rolling, because his confidence has been such an issue for him this season because of the offensive line and the play calling and the play design. He's got essentially 2 weeks off. Maybe more than that because of the Tennessee game. Like, I'm not really counting that. I played one series. He's had a lot of time. He's had a lot of time to reset. Yeah. And after the bye week against the Dolphins, he looked good. So maybe a reset will help him a little bit. Maybe he'll be more confident and just be simple. Go back to the basics, man. Last year we really were just like, let guys get open, protect CJ. Yeah. He's gonna make the throws. It's that simple, Bobby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
His name's fucking Bobby, dude. I can't believe
Bobby. Yeah, I don't know.
Bobby.
All right. Well, before we get out of here, because I got to go watch the UT game, let's get some score predictions. Final game. Garrett, what do you got?
I've been mulling it over. Like, is LA going to be able to score? I think they'll be able to score a little bit. Will we be able to score? God, I hope so. God, I hope I get it. God, I hope I get it. Mm-hmm. I'm going 23-20 Texans. Not necessarily a field goal, a walk-off field goal, but I think we kind of go up and LA starts to give us a little scare at the end of the game in the fourth quarter, and then we make a huge defensive stop, and we're moving on to go play Kansas City. It's scary to say, but I mean, I think we can do it.
The last game was somewhat close. I mean,
I think we can do it. I think we got it. This game. We'll talk about.
We'll talk about Kansas City when we get to Kansas City. If we're talking about Kansas City here in the next few days, that's God's gift. I mean, that's God, baby.
I call that a success. I call this 100%. A success. LOL, delusional. Hey, fucking sue me for fucking supporting my team, which I will be there tomorrow. JD, will you? Don't think so, bud.
JD's probably a goddamn Chargers fan.
Enjoy the broadcast, brother.
Yeah. Oh, got him. I'm gonna say I'm gonna go 24-21 Texans.
What do you say?
24-21 Texans.
Okay.
It's very similar to you. I think it could be I think it might come down to it. It's 21-21, 2-minute drive, go down the field. Kaimi, knocks it through. And that's what we can hope for.
It's all we can hope for, baby. JD, I'm sorry I called you a head ass. I got fired up. I'm just real fired JD. Up. Whoa. We're kidding. We're kidding. Hey, man, I like your prediction. I'm just hoping for a close game. Maybe we'll blow them out. Last year, no one really thought the Texans had a chance against the Joe Flacco Browns. And we beat the shit out of them. So we'll see. Anything can happen, baby. Any given Saturday.
Now we're playing against Justin Herbert and Jim Harbaugh.
Forget about it. Forget about it, baby.
We'll be all right.
If you are going to the game tomorrow, find me at the tailgate. Shout out to Academy Sports and Outdoors. Chiefs 3-peat. Get out of here. Shout out to Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Stand for something, dude. Stand for something. What are you doing? Why are you? Oh, God, get out of here.
I don't disagree. Hey, JD, I actually don't disagree, but
I don't disagree either that they probably will. But are you a Chiefs fan? What, you've been a Chiefs fan for the last 2.5 years? Fucking bitch.
Oh, get him. Wow. Noah's winning. Shout out to Academy Sports and Outdoors. We will be at the game at the tailgate, and we're going to be interviewing fans. And if you get on camera and you talk to me about some ball, you have a chance to win an Academy gift card. So thank you, Academy Sports and Outdoors. They're very generous to send us to the game. 23-17 Texans. Mac Black. Awesome. Awesome. And also shout out to Big City Wings, Eustace Wing Joint, Apollo's Wing Joint. If you don't have anywhere to go watch the game, you should go to Big City Wings because they have the best TV. The ball watching station is great. The beer is great. The apps are great. The service is great. So go see Big City and have a good time. Tell them Apollo sent you.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. Let us know that you like what we're doing. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Apollo Texans and Apollo HOU on all platforms to keep up with the Texans, obviously, and Houston sports. in general. And guys,
We will do this more. We will do this more.
we'll definitely do this more, and hopefully, we're sitting here on come Monday or Tuesday doing a victory.
If we
pod.
win, we'll definitely be back next week.
Yeah.
If we lose as well, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
It depends on how bad the loss is.
Yeah, we might see us come draft season if we lose. But
Yeah.
all right, guys. Well, thanks so much for watching.